desk is clean, ready for 2 weeks in central Queensland. So outback trips are super fun, but before we can do that, I need to jump into the craft room and pick my project, because 2 weeks on the road is some amazing craft time. So the first thing I'm thinking of is, in here I have this amazing yarn. Look how pretty that is. That is so pretty. It is mohair. I bought that in Bellingen a couple of months ago. Cabrito kid mohair. It's got 210 meters. So let's go get my laptop and let's pop onto Ravelry and log in. Okay, so I have a bit of a scroll, but I know how much yarn I've got, so I'm actually going to jump and filter it by weight and by length. There's a few options that are kind of catching my eye, but oh, this is pretty. Definitely add that to the list. Big decisions. Yeah, I really still like that one, and it's got the right listing and everything. And the pattern isn't fine. I can't even find it on their website here. I'll do a couple of searches. Okay, so that's a no-go. So let's pop back and, I don't know, keep looking, see what we can find. There's nothing else really that's catching my eyes. A couple, but I keep coming back to that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to the Internet Archive. It's a bit cheeky. Grab the link and pop it in here and see if I can find an archived version of it. And oh, look, there it is. So I'm going to copy that and paste it into a Word document. I love the Internet Archive for things like this, where the pattern, clearly it was free to start with. So I'm not doing this to get around paying for patterns, but this is for where free patterns are no longer offered. And then I'll grab one more pattern, just print them both. They both fit with the same needles and the same yarn. So I'll print those out, and then let's head back to the craft room. It's hard to know which one I really want to do. So 6mm needles, which for me is more likely about a 7, but I might grab both. So yarn tools, let's pull that down. So I use the Knit Picks in the Majestic. Maybe I'm using my 6 at the minute. So I've got a 6 and a 6.5. So I'll need to get the 6 from my current project. So we have a look in here. I've got a sneaking suspicion this little beauty here is on 6mm needles also. They are. So that's my 6mm. There's not enough of this project left to take with me. Plus, it's also getting really long. And look at the size of that. That's beautiful. I love it, but it's not great for this trip. Let's put some stoppers on that, and then we can pinch those needles. The thing will be, do I have a cable? So stoppers are in the back, but all right, new plan. I'm going to Spotlight tomorrow. I will look for needles tomorrow. And away it goes. I'll fix that later. Okay, so beautiful yarn and a couple of patterns, and I'll sort the needles out for that one later. So I will need a case. So next step is project bags. Let's take a look. Okay, we've got a few options in here. Doesn't need anything super huge. I mean, I could grab this one because then I can put my other project in it as well. Let's get them packed. So yarn, patterns, get those, fold in half. I'll pop that in there. So my job for tomorrow is to go to Spotlight and find a 6mm needle. Project 2 that I thought would make a good handwork is cross stitch. So I've got this pattern here that my daughter likes, and I think I have enough. So I've printed, so now I've got the stitch printed, 14 count at 30.3. So I'm going to come up here in this section. So sewing basics is not it. This is just going to be, this is where I've reshuffled. So this one here is actually my collage paper box, and then right up the back here in there, needlework fabric. So that's fabric scraps up the top. So in here is my needlework fabric. So I mean, that's pretty and big enough. That's not cross stitch. Got lots of different types of needlework fabric and different making fabric. Ooh, some waxed canvas. I forgot I had that. Basic linen. I've got this beautiful blue linen as well, but I don't think blue will work for what I want for her. So lots of crewel fabric. Oh, I forgot I even had that. Some pretty panels for stitching. Oh, I was looking for that. So this is a slow stitching kit that I bought on an Instagram D-stash like forever ago, and it's full of all these beautiful fabrics. And a friend shared a kit on Instagram, and I'm just like, I have one of those, and I looked for it and I couldn't find it. Whoops. Now I have it, so I might even take that. Punch needle fabric, and that's just a bit more cross stitch linen in there. I think I'm going to go with this beautiful grey. So let's go with that one because I think that'll be nice. I'm also going to keep out this slow stitching. We need to grab a hoop. I might actually get the next size up. Can you tell I've got too many hoops? Let's go that size. Hoop. And while we're here, we'll grab some snips. Grab those and pop those there. So let's clear some of these boxes now that we've picked up. So we'll pop the rest of these fabrics back. Lots of bits and pieces in there. I think that will be my next clear out because I mean those panels are super cute. Actually, I've got a friend who they'd be perfect for. If you're my friend with a baby girl, look in your inbox soon and I'll be sending you a message. And sewing basics. So those aren't fitting in quite right. I'll reorganize those in a minute. Okay, so first thing, I will just, for my own peace of mind, but look at the size of that. That's definitely going to be big enough. Well, that's 30 centimeters there. So that fits on there and the thing will be smaller. So that is fine. So we got the fabric, hoop, snips. Back into the project bag box. Grab that. So normally I would put my floss in a small container, like one of these. But they're also really quite bulky, obviously. So I think I'm just going to put them loose. I want to grab this one, but it is white and I'm going in the red dirt. So I'm actually going to be really boring and go a plain one. So these are just A5 pouches from Daiso. Grab that one, and look, it's got a little hook, so I could like hook it up on my phone charger thingy. I've got a little setup with my Kindle case, so let's grab that. The other thing I was looking for, this is my little art journal kit, or art journal tin that I normally take with me on these trips. So I'm thinking I might grab that, and I can use that this year. Last year I used a pouch. This year I'm going to do my tin again. I miss my tin. All right. Right, so we've got knitting. Need to buy needles. Need to work out a plan for this. Need to fill my art journal case. Need to pull floss. So let's start getting things pulled out. Let's start with the floss first. I'm actually thinking of doing some meditation scrolls maybe. So these cotton reels, I've got a couple of different sizes. So I'm thinking maybe the big one, you know, it can't hurt. I'm just going to chuck a small one in just to be safe. In this bag, I still need to pack away. I've got this pearl cotton, the green and a red. The green I like, but there's a red here. Stop those reels. Yeah, I like the green. The red's just a bit contrasty, so I think I'm going to go with the green. I'm going to need some basics like my needles. I need some thread just for stitching that I don't necessarily want to see, so this Aurifil here is nice and light. pop that box away. That can all just go in this bag here. Gather it up, pop it in, little shuffles. Now for my tin. I'm going to grab a journals. In this box is where I keep them all, and I don't want my big one. I've got a couple of A6 star ones that I'm going to, I could do that. No, I'm not going to do my traveler's notebook. I think I'm just going to go with these ones. Yeah. This landscape moleskine, it's about an A6 size, and I use it quite a bit, especially for travel and stuff. So it's kind of my go-to. I like to be able to open it up and spread it out. The elastic's getting a bit tired, but it pops perfectly in the bottom there. And so then I can add a tape runner so that I can do some collaging stuff. And then maybe also my glue stick. Actually, that fits better. So let's get rid of the tape runner. Pen, Prisma pencils, just fit in there. A little bit of an awkward angle. Then I'll grab my black Inktense pencil. It's a great watercolor option to have. Can't forget my Posca pen, just a plain white one. I grab my favorite Sakura. Doesn't quite fit in there. So I could probably just add them loose. And my paintbrushes, what have we got in here? I'm going to grab a couple of my favorites. So I'll go a skinny one and a medium size one, I think. That should just about do me, I think. I only really need the two. Grab this for my little water pot, squeeze it in. That works, except for my paints, which I'll just leave loose. That all fits, I think. Let's pop the lid on. Just the right size. Do you know what I do have, actually, is this set of paints here that I got in Kmart back in May, and that's a smaller palette, so let's see if that might actually fit. It seems the right size. Let's see. Yeah, it fits in the tin if I can get the lid on. Bit of rearranging. Let's give it a try. Moment of truth. Clip it up. It clips. Then I just need to pop that in my bag as well. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this water brush. Pop that in there. If it fits. Yep. All packed. Let's go adventuring.